Kia ora, gentlemen. Today's video is just on our impacts as humanity on our planet. What you're about to see are some stunning images from National Geographic's free online webazine, and they depict basically what we have been doing to our planet over the past sort of 20 or so, 30 years. They're quite moving, and I want you, as I go through and describe what is happening, to just reflect on them. And then at the end of the video, there are some reflective questions, which I'll then ask you to put into your hyperdoc. So without further ado, we're going to start with a little comic strip, and then I'll go into the images. So sit back, be ready to reflect, and enjoy. So first, a little bit of a comic strip. I'll read it to you and you can have a little laugh along the way, but it has quite an important message. So this is Humanity talking to Mother Gaia, or Mother Earth. Mother Gaia, I come on behalf of all humans to apologize for destroying nature and beg for forgiveness. Oh, my beloved, self-centered humans. We're so sorry for being selfish. We never meant to kill nature. That wasn't what I meant by self-centered. Nature is adaptable. No matter what you do to it, it'll simply change and take on new forms. It has survived worse things than you. You are, however, in the process of changing it so much that you can't live in it. You are not killing nature, you are killing yourself. That's what I mean by self-centered. You think that just because you can't live, then nothing can. What? Basically, you're screwing yourself over big time and you won't be missed. So I'm just going to show you a few powerful images from a book by National Geographic. It's free online sort of picture book, and I'll just read you what's happening in each picture. So take some time to just look at them, try and guess what's going on, and then I'll read exactly what is happening. In both the Arctic and Antarctic regions, ice is retreating. Pictured is melting water on an ice cap, North Eastland in Svalbard, Norway. This is an Indonesian surfer, Didi Surinaya. He catches a wave in a remote but garbage-covered bay on Java in Indonesia, the world's most polluted island. This is sprawling Mexico City with a population of 20 million. Its density is 24,600 people per mile. It rolls across the landscape, displacing every scrap of natural habitat with man-made structures. This is Los Angeles, California. 15 million people live here. This typifies America's consumption-orientated and car-dependent culture. Here we have the brick kilns that dot a dystopian landscape of trash in Bangladesh. Massive quantities of waste from obsolete computers and other electronics are typically shipped to the developing world for sorting and or disposal because it is cheaper than trying to destroy them and break them down here in the Western world. This photo is from Accra in Ghana. The skies darken at a coal-burning power plant in the United Kingdom. Shanghai, China, a sprawling megacity of 24 million people. It's over 4 times what New Zealand's population is in one city. This is ground zero in the war on nature. Cattle graze amongst the burning Amazonian jungle in Brazil. This is a depleted oil field. They are yet another symptom of our ecological overshoot. This is the Kern River oil field in California. Sometimes called the Brazil of the North, Canada has not been kind to its native forests. This image shows clear-cut logging on Vancouver Island. This is an aerial view of an oil fire following the 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil disaster in the Gulf of Mexico. This gentleman is a shepherd by the Yellow River and cannot stand the smell. This is in Inner Mongolia, China. The Yellow River, which provides water to millions of people in North China, is now so badly polluted that 85% of it is unsafe for drinking. It originates in the mountains around the Tibetan Plateau, and it empties out into the Bohai Sea on China's east coast. Tar sands related tilling ponds are amongst the largest toxic impoundments on Earth and lie in unlined dikes mere meters from the Athabasca River in Alberta, Canada. Indigenous communities downstream are fearful of being poisoned by the toxic seepage into the food chain. What do you think these are? Well, this is in Almeria, Spain, and as far as the eye can see are greenhouses that cover this landscape. An industrialized landscape, these are center pivot irrigation grids amongst square fields in western Kansas. Massive haul trucks support surface mining operations in tar sands region in Alberta, Canada, one of the largest known deposits of unconventional bitumen, in this case oil resources. Here people jostle for food relief distribution following the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. This is one of the most powerful and disruptive storms in US history, Hurricane Katrina, as it nears landfall in 2005. One of Earth's most vulnerable nations to climate change, the Maldives Islands, are severely threatened by rising sea levels. This is Kinsia Johnson. She's ex-military turned anti-rhino poaching advisor in South Africa. Kinsia was in the thick of things in the US military in Afghanistan for 4 years. She's made a decision to make her way into Africa, where she will use her skills to protect some of Africa's most endangered wildlife species, predominantly the rhino. Johnson now actively does everything she can to aid in the protection of African wildlife from being illegally hunted. And sadly, this year, the only male white rhino has died, which essentially means the end of that species as we know it. There you have it, guys. Some very impactful images that just show you a little bit of the damage we're doing to our planet. Here are your writing prompts. I want you to think through each of these bullet points and just put your thoughts back in your hyperdoc. What stood out for you in this video? Maybe it shocked you. Are there any of the things on this video that maybe you're adding to? Maybe it's just dropping that little bit of litter, or is it leaving that light switch on for a bit too long? And what are some of the things that maybe we could start doing to help? Have you been paying attention to assembly recently? Anyway, have a think, reflect, and put your thoughts back on the hyperdoc. I'll see you in class.